Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Rob, and it's time for another product overview, review, and install for my 2022 Tacoma Tier D Off-Road. So here's the thing, guys. I have been building up my Tacoma for a bit of off-road ability. And part of that does include drawing on modifications that are good for a functional purpose. But the awesome part is they also look really cool too. So for this one, this is going to be a bit of both, guys. This is going to be helpful for when you're in low light situations, so you can light up your path. So this is actually a product from Lasfit. I have done their products in the past, guys. Do check out those products. And on a side note, guys, do check out everything I have in my Tacoma build-up playlist. Guys, I have a lot of cool stuff in there I think you guys might want to see. A lot of cool coupon codes for you guys to use also. So back to the product. So this is the Lasfit 32-inch light bar. This is going to be going behind the grill, which I always thought was a really cool place to put the light bars on these Tacomas. It's going to look really cool there. It is universal, like I said earlier. This is a 6K white LED light bar, and it being that's a 32-inch, it's at about 8,500 lumens of light output, and it should be pretty easy to install. I definitely think this is going to look really cool in my Tacoma. Really can't wait to get this going. So first off, though, we're going to do a bit of a product overview, also so that I can go ahead and show you guys a few little changes that we will be doing before we do the install. You'll see what I mean in a second, guys. Alright, you guys, now here I am behind the camera. Let's go ahead and let's see what we got. So here's the thing, guys. Once again, remember, this is a universal product, so we're going to get in on that later. So here we have the 32-inch light bar. Once again, universal. And then it does come with these brackets. Now, these are the brackets, of course, that you would use to mount them on. You have both bottom and side brackets, but we'll talk more about those brackets later. So let me put those right there. And then, of course, we have the wiring harness. Very simple wiring harness, you guys. Of course, I will also show you guys how we install this. You have the button that you press to activate it. And then here's the relay and then the battery terminal connectors. Nothing too crazy, guys. Really nice and simple. Now, I did say that there were a few things I wanted to change up, so we're going to talk about that. So let me put this box down here. And then let me bring out something else. So I wanted to improve it just a little bit. So I went ahead and reached out to another company that I have worked with in the past called Caliraised LED, and they actually have these very, very nice brackets that I'm actually going to be using instead of the universal Lasfit brackets. So by doing so, I won't have to drill in any holes or anything because these do use the factory mounting holes. So these are just going to go on the side. So that's going to look really good. So one for each side. They are a nice powder-coated black. And I had talked about this switch right here. So what we're going to do is I actually also bought from Caliraised LED. They do have a nice OEM-like switch right here. So this OEM switch I'm going to be installing. I'll show you guys how I wire that up also, so that I can just go ahead and press on this anytime I need to do anything. Now, let me just take it out right now to show you guys. So definitely give it a more of a cleaner setup versus having an external switch, because this will go in the blank spot next to all the switches I have on the driver's side. And it does also say right here LED light bar on it, which is really cool. I'll show you guys a close-up of that later. So now that we have everything here, it's time to actually go on to the install. So this is going to be a lot of fun, guys. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, first things first, got to remove the front grill. Nice and easy, guys, all right? Just take off this one right here for 10mm. And then right around right here is just a plastic clip one you just remove. So easy peasy, guys. And do also remember, if you guys have like the TSS sensor or the camera, also disconnect that before you go ahead and remove this. So now we'll take off the plastic one right here. See that? Nice and easy. All right, guys. Now we can go ahead and just pop it off. All right, you guys, now just go ahead and bring it forward. 1, 2. There we go. Now we have our work area. All right, you guys, so to access the area where we will be installing the brackets I mentioned, the Caliraised ones, we have to remove this. So this is just the cover, just to kind of keep the water out. So all we have to do is remove this. So there should be just one plastic tab right here. So we'll just pop that one right out. And then after that, we can go ahead and take it out. So let me just get this under. So pop that out. Let me put this to the side. All right. And this just pops out over just as normal plastic tabs. And you'll be doing this to both sides, then you just have to kind of finagle it out of there. And just carefully don't hit anything, and there. So we're gonna do that to the other side as well, same deal. All right, you guys, I'm behind the camera right now. I just wanna show you guys what's next. So do you see this bolt right here, part of the crash bar, the inner bolt? Let me zoom in on that. So we are going to be removing this. You just use a 14 mil to remove it. Now, it is pretty hard in there, so either have a power tool to do it or use a good breaker bar, guys. So we'll just go ahead and remove that and we'll get to the next step. So now that I had removed the crash bar bolts, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the light bar in here already. It is recommended to for fitment issues and because it gets to be a tight fit. Now let me move this to the side right here. So right behind the light bar, these are actually the radiator fins. Now here's the thing, you can actually unbolt these. There are 2 bolts behind them. And then basically you can move back the fins just so you can give yourself a little bit more room. Now personally, I try not to, unbolt anything I need to. Here, let me just pull the camera off the tripod really quick so that you guys can get a better view. But if you do want more room, you definitely can. I mean, I'm not gonna lie also, I have smaller hands. Let me get the light going right now. There we go. So you see that bolt right there? There's also one on the other side right there. You can take those off and move these fins back. Now these fins are sharp, so make sure you don't cut yourself on them. Personally, I'm just gonna try to do the install without removing them. I'll let you guys know after if I think it was necessary. So now that I have the LED bar where it should be, I'm going to go ahead and put the brackets in. It's behind the camera again. So the next step, as you can see here, so you see this bracket right here. So now we're going to go ahead and reinstall it. And as you can see, well, let me zoom in right there. We are reusing the crash bar nut down there. Only hand tighten it, guys. Keep it loose, guys, because that way you can do any adjusting as needed when we actually fit the light bar. And then Caliraised did give us the bolts to attach it up here. So remember, this was the hole that plastic tab was holding, the plastic, essentially a water protector that was there to cover. So we're going to just go ahead and put it right in there. So let me go ahead and show you guys what they give you. So you can see, guys, we're going to do screw, washer, go through the hole, and then on the back end is going to be a washer and nut. So we're going to go ahead and, just put the screw through there. And then once again, only hand tighten, guys. Hand tighten because we will be doing some fine tuning probably. All right, you guys, so now here we are. It's time to go ahead and screw in the Lasfit LED Light Bar. So remember, guys, once again, we're going to go by the loosely hand tighten rule because we might have to make any adjustments. So first off, we have the bar here. So we will be reusing this time the actual Lasfit LED bars, the side bracket screws, because this is what will fit. And this does also work with the Caliraised brackets. So unfortunately, you will have to kind of get your hand in a tight spot. So I'm doing the long sleeve trick, guys. Slip my hand through there so I don't get all cut up. Now I have the bar, put this through the bracket and just screw it in there by hand. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this, even with smaller hands, this is a bit of a challenge. Alright, so that's in there, it's hand tightened, get my hand out. Alright, so now the LED bar's in here, guys. Look at this, so I can move it around. Let me go ahead and grab the camera. Alright, so check that out. So now we have it all set up in here. Of course I have to tighten it, but it's going to be facing outwards. And the whole reason why you hand tighten everything is so that I can move everything around. So if I need to make any adjustments, I can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and put this level right here. So I can move it up and get everything in there perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make some adjustments and tighten everything up, and let's see how it looks. All right, you guys, as you can see, it is done. Now light bar is installed. Looks really good, guys. So like I said, I just went ahead and I had to even out everything. Let me remove the camera from the tripod. Now, here's the thing though, guys, all right? Check this out. Putting both brackets all the way to the top or bottom, that ended up actually making it not level. I ended up using a laser level to make sure. So I did have to have the right side not all the way to the top like I have the left side, as you can see. It's a little bit of gap right there, so just be aware of that, you guys. But everything fit just fine. I didn't have to remove the radiator fins like other people have had to, which I'm really happy about. Sorry, let me focus in on that. So, now for the fun part, which is the wire. Alright, you guys, back behind the camera to show you guys how I wired it up. So we do have, of course, the light bar down here. Now the light bar, just the wire goes off to the side and up. Now here's where you just have to wire it to the battery. I plugged the relay in. Just right there. I just shared that bolt that was right there. And yeah, nothing crazy, guys. And then I did run the cable down to that dust cover to get it to the cabin for the on button. Here, let me get some light going. So here's the thing. You can actually just go ahead and cut a slit through the boot. I just wanted to put it on the side though, just to see how that looks. And also that bit of a visual aid for you guys. So as you can see though, that is now going back towards the cabin. So we'll go to the cabin. And here it is. See, I just had to pull it through. Comes out from there. Easy peasy, guys. So now let me show you guys how you wire the Caliraised LED switch. Guys, so first things first, before we go ahead and we plug in the Caliraised LED switch, we have to know what goes where. So as you can see, the Lasfit connector does have 3 wires, a black, a red, and a yellow. Now using a voltmeter, I was able to determine that the black, of course, is ground, the yellow is always hot, and the red is only hot when it's switched on. So that's how we're going to know that the yellow is basically going to be the power. So by doing this, I'll be able to know what goes where when I go ahead and I splice the Caliraised LED switch to this. So let me show you guys how it looks after that is done. Alright, so let me show you guys how I did it. So as you can see, I merged the 2 red wires. So this is so that the button will light up when I press the button. I wanted to do this instead of having it to the dash, so that way I know when it's on, just so I don't accidentally turn on and leave on the battery. And as you can see, red goes to red, nice and easy. We have the ground, so black goes to black, easy. And then the green wire, remember guys, green wire on the Caliraised switch goes to the yellow wire on the Lasfit LED Light Bar. So you see that, guys? Easy peasy. So let me just get this a little bit more separated for you guys right there. There we go, guys. Perfect. Now check it out, guys. Now when I press this, let me get it focused on a little bit better. Now it's lighting up. Not sure if the camera's catching it because of the glare, but it does illuminate, which is great because now that way I know when it's on, I won't accidentally leave it on. So now I'm going to go ahead and let me show you guys how I take apart everything to install the button. Alright, you guys, first things first, we got to take off this bottom piece. So to do that, just go ahead and pry this off. Now, there are just clips under here, so nothing too crazy. Do excuse the mess. It's been raining a lot. So, there we go. So that's done. So now you are wondering why we are taking off this part. You will see in a second. Alright, you guys, now we have to remove this lower part. So how do you do that? Well, on the inside is actually just a plastic twist screw that we will have to essentially just twist out. So let me go ahead and twist that out and let me show it you guys what it is. Alright, you guys, so that screw right there, that's all you take out. So just take that out. And then after you take that out, you're going to be able to essentially just pry it off. I'll show you guys the best way to pry it. Alright guys, so now that the screws are removed, we're going to go ahead and you're not going to pull it towards you. You're going to go to the right because that's where the screws are intended. So check that out. So look, there's one screw and the other one is down here. Just got to be very careful about it. Don't want to crack this. Should have removed that beforehand. There we go. And now that is off. Now we're removing this so we could access the 3 screws that we need to take off to take this whole thing off. Let me show you. All right, you guys behind the camera. So this one, that's a 10 mil and another 10 mil. And the other one is right up there. So just remove those 3 and then we'll be able to pull this off. Nice and easy, guys. So now that we went ahead and removed those 3 screws, now just take this off, guys. Really easy. Look, just pry at it. You'll get to the sides eventually. So let's pry right here. So here I got a gap right here. There we go. Clips come off and you have access. All right, now that we remove this, we'll just go ahead and take off that empty blank. And that's out. So now I can go ahead and put in the OEM one, or the OEM style one anyways. And yeah, we'll see how it looks after I get that all going. So, moment of truth, guys. Bam! That looks so good. Let's see how it looks from the front. Damn, that looks really cool, guys. Perfect. So let me go and put the whole truck back together. Let's get to the closing thoughts. So, check this out. I was able to modify the air dams. So I just had to cut the bottom of them just where the bracket would be so I could still use them. I didn't feel like just having them sit around, so I figured, hey, let's just modify them a little bit, make them work. Looks good. So now let's go and do an exterior test of them. And then my closing thoughts. All right, you guys. So I am sitting in the Tacoma right now. So just the headlights are on. It is nice and dark, so I'm just going to turn on just the light bar and check this out, guys. This is insane. Bam. So much more illumination. Really cool, guys. Definitely really good output. Really liking how that looks. So let me turn off my headlights. So just the light bar is going off, and that is pretty good. So I'll turn this off. Nothing. Light bar. Looks great, guys. Like, all together, it looks phenomenal, guys. You know, really liking how it looks. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let's get to my closing thoughts. Here, just one little shot also of it from the outside. You can see, guys, nice and bright. Really, really like how it looks. All right, you guys, so there you have it, guys. Light bar looks really good. Worked really well, especially with those Caliraised brackets. Really enjoying how it looks, guys. A nice low profile look. Really loving it. Really like that I was also able to make the air dams work as well and fit in there. Overall, guys, Lasfit, quality products, guys. Everything that I used, it's down below, so check that out, guys. You know, I love doing all these Tacoma product reviews and installs. If you guys like seeing these too, you know, please go ahead and give me a follow. Check out everything else I have in my playlist of the Tacoma buildup. All right, so with that, guys, this is Rob, and have a good one.